Alright, so here I am at the American River, the last place you'd expect to play football. Well, I'm doing this because it's Super Bowl weekend and I just wanted to talk about a safe football game that I invented for anyone and everyone who wants to play. In other words, it doesn't discriminate against age, size, gender, anything. It's whoever you are, you get to play this game. It's called three-player football, or 3PF. It's also called no-touch football, NTF. So if you wanted to be really technical, you could call it 3PF NTF, right? Yeah, no-touch football. That's the main theme of this game I invented. And keep in mind, maybe it came to me in a dream. Maybe somebody else invented this long ago. I don't know. I just know I was the one who came up with it. And I started playing it with my younger brothers back in the late 70s. And because we were three people and we wanted to come up with a game where three people were involved. And 5 rounds of 3-player interactions. In other words, the 3 players are the quarterback, the receiver, and the defender. And the quarterback gets to play 2 times in a row because the other 2 players rotate as receiver and defender. So everyone gets to play each position an equal amount of times when the game is through. You go through, okay, 1 round. I told you it's a 5-round game. It doesn't have to be. That's just what I arbitrarily came up with because that comes out to be a fun amount of time, you know, about a half hour. So 5 rounds of 3 players tossing the ball to each other. So you have round 1, and all the rounds are the same. Round 1 has 6 different player configurations. In other words, quarterback, receiver, defender. Just mathematically it works out that way. 3 people equals 6 different scenarios where they all interact with each other. So that's part of the beauty of this game that I came up with. 3-player football, or no-touch football, or whatever you want to call it. So it's just a simple way to not get hurt, just to have 3 players. It could be anybody, again. Just whoever wants to play, and it's all about tossing the ball, not so much anything else. There's running involved for the receiver who has to run and catch the ball, but the defender is not allowed to touch the receiver. If the defender does, the defender loses a point. Quarterback gets a point for every reception, just like a receiver gets a point for every reception. If there's an incomplete pass, then no one gets a point. Actually, I think the way we play sometimes is the defender gets a point. Yeah, if the play fails between the quarterback and the receiver, then the defender gets a point. So that's another way, you know, the defender can actually score without scoring. So everyone gets multiple chances to score. Everyone gets to be the quarterback, the receiver, and the defender. So it's just a fun way for 3 people to interact, whereas in a normal game, not everyone gets to play every position. Not everyone gets to play. So maybe this game will catch on, but it's just a way to have a good time and get good exercise in a beautiful scenic place. Anywhere that'll let you play football. So here are the rules. You touch somebody and it's $1,000 fine. Just kidding, of course. There's just no touching in this game. So if you are seen touching somebody while they're trying to catch the ball, they can call it. You could have a fourth person as a referee if you want, but you can go by the honor system. People know you're not supposed to touch the other person in a game of no touch football. So the rules are no touching another player because you can lose a point. Number two, when you have three players, each player gets to be QB, receiver, and defender 2 times. Okay, and number three, players rotate positions throughout the game. Number four, QBs and receivers each receive 1 point for a pass completion. And finally, defenders receive 1 point for an interception. So as an example, let's say we have 3 players. Terry Brady is player 1. He's a high school football hero whose dream is to be in the pros. Rhonda Rockenbach is player 2. She's a 30-year-old female musician with no previous football history. And player 3 is Ageless Rebel, a 65-year-old retiree looking to earn income as a sports critic. So let's take a look at round 1. Again, there are 6 plays for each round, and you get to be quarterback for 2 of those plays, and then receiver for 2 of those plays, and then defender for 2 of those plays, except the order gets kind of mixed up. So play number 1 is the player number 1, which is Terry Brady, is the quarterback. The receiver is Rhonda Rockenbach, and the defender is Ageless Rebel. Now, let's say the quarterback completes the pass to the receiver. They each get 1 point, and the defender gets 0 points. So the next play, Terry Brady remains at QB, but this time the receiver is Ageless Rebel, and the defender is Rhonda Rockenbach. And let's say Terry tries to hit Ageless Rebel, but it's an incompleted pass. That means Rhonda gets a point for that as a defender. So the score now is 1 for Terry Brady, 0 for Ageless Rebel, and 2 for Rhonda Rockenbach. Okay, now let's move on to play number 3. This time Rhonda is the quarterback. So at the end of 5 rounds, you just see who has the most number of points, and that's the winner. It's a fun game, and it's kind of easy to figure out. You could change the rules. You could adjust it to however you want. This is just a model to let you know that if all you have are 3 people who want to play football, then you can do it with this model. 3-player football. No touch football.